impossible to just want to marry something. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. I probably do say that a lot, but this one has got my heart pounding. So everything you need for this project is right here. I have got my lettering. These are cardboard letters from eBay. I will actually find the link and put it in the description box below. The wreath is from Baker Ross. That you will need your wood for your base. So I've just got these two little picks here from my local pound shop. That's not a branded pound shop, that's just my local pound centre. I have got my varnish for my wood, my varnish, my stain, sorry, and my varnish. I've got these trees, I bought these from the Works. That is a shop hopefully up and down the UK. You can get these in most hobby stores and craft stores. I have got my white spray paint, my snow spray, sparkle spray, grey paint. That is just a tester pot from Wilko's. I've got fake snow, scissors, my glue, hot glue gun, and some extra pine cones. And I'm undoubtedly forgot something. But yeah, I will definitely talk through the videos. So the first thing you want to do really for this project are the things that take the longest time. So cut the wood basically. I've laid my letters out side by side and I'm going to just by eye and a pencil and a ruler mark some lines where I want to cut the wood, and I will go ahead and cut that now. So once you've got your wood cut out, you just want to go ahead and lightly sand that edge that you cut, just to get rid of any potential splinters. I don't want to sand it down smooth. I want it a little bit rustic and, you know, that kind of look I'm going for. But this edge is okay. It's this edge where I just cut it quite splintered. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that a quick rub. Okay, that is much better. It's got rid of any potential hazards. And now you want to go ahead and stain your wood. So I am using the same stain that I've used in all my previous stain videos. This is a mixture now because I actually added in the walnut to this. So this is a mixture of dark oak and walnut. I'm going to put gloves on for this, and you just want to rub your stain into the wood. And then just rub it off again straight away. Yeah, I think again with the mirror, same thing as the mirror, I think I'm going to give this probably 2 or 3 coats. Okay, so that was around about 4 coats, but I did leave the last coat on longer before rubbing it off, but I'm so happy with that colour. The next thing you want to do is put that to one side, forget about it, allow it to dry. And then you want to go ahead and sort out your letters. So while the wood is drying, you want to go ahead and paint your letters. Spray paint them, whatever it is you're doing with them, decoupage them, whatever floats your boat. I am actually going to paint mine white and grey, so you guys can just paint them to whatever scheme you have going on. My scheme is actually really quite traditional, but I like the rustic wood, and I also like a little bit of Scandi style white, greys and reds as well. So I'm going to do the N in white Rust-Oleum spray paint. The O is just natural. The E is going to be grey, light grey. So I'm going to use my tester pot from Wilko's. And the L is going to go back to the white. So while the spray painted letters are drying, I'm just going to go now and paint my E. So remember, just choose whatever colour you want. And this will probably need 2 coats as well, because it is an emulsion and not an acrylic, I'm guessing anyway. If it doesn't, wonderful. Okay, that's the E painted. I think I probably will give it a second coat. Doesn't really need one, but I'm going to. I'm going to wait for everything to dry, and then the fun begins because it's assembly. So while all my letters are drying, I'm going to go ahead and put a layer of varnish on this wood. This is just to, you know, create a longer life for the piece. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Everything is dry. It's assembly time. I am just going to add a couple of decorative picks to this O, and then once that's done, we'll stand them all up. So I'm going to get these that I got from the pound shop, and I'm just going to poke them through the rattan, which is quite difficult, more difficult than I was expecting. I'm going to poke them through until they are on there like this, and then I'm just going to, at the back, bring the wire and poke it back in. I'm going to go ahead with some hot glue and just secure these things in place. Okay, so for the rest of the assembly, you really want to really play it by ear and see where you have a play around really with your letters, see where you want them. I know that I want the O to be behind the N and the E, so I'm going to bring the N a little bit forward, the E a little bit forward, and the L is going to go a little bit behind. And then I'm just going to see what it looks like with my O in place, quite like that. To glue my letters down, I am going to be using Mod Podge. So I know that this dries pretty quickly. It's quite strong glue. So I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the base of each letter. But as well as the Mod Podge, I'm going to put in some hot glue as well. So I'm just going to put some on each corner. And then I'm going to put a dollop of hot glue in the middle, just so that it grips immediately, if that makes sense, and it allows the Mod Podge to dry as well without taking too long. I want to go here. Okay, that is everything pretty much dried enough to be able to have this O relying on that N and the E. So I've just rested it up against these two guys. I know that it overlaps on the rattan circle, so I am going to turn my glue gun on. That's a really, really helpful thing to do at this point. Come back in 5 seconds. So, tricky bit, you want to put the glue where the rattan circle is relying on the N and the E, if that makes sense. So I'm going to sneak some behind here. And let that just rest there for a while. Hot glue does dry pretty quickly, which is why it's really good for this kind of project. So I'm going to sneak the glue into this gap here, where the other side of the rattan circle is resting up against the E. Then I'm going to hold them together like this. So I'm just going to make sure that that hot glue sticks firmly to the E. What I'm going to do now, guys, is turn this round for you. So now I'm going to reinforce this. I'm going to make sure I get it in shot. Down the bottom, see where the O is joined to the wood? I am going to reinforce that down there with some hot glue. What do we think? Guys, comment down below, please. I do try to keep my videos motivating and show you all the steps, and then I don't want to rush them and all of that. I'm so happy I could scream right now. So I've just got these trees, so I'm going to stick them on in places. So these trees are from the works. They're very, very wiry. So when you get them out of the packaging, you do have to, you know, fluff them up and almost bring them back to life because they get quite flattened in there. But big dollop of hot glue on the base of each tree to make sure that's never moving. And you just want to go ahead and place it on your board wherever you want it. Same. You can see the bases of the trees here. You might be okay with that. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of snowy ground. So for that, I'm going to use Mod Podge. So you want to be quite generous with your Mod Podge base, because Mod Podge dries clear, so you don't have to worry too much about how much you put on. I'm going to go ahead with the other side. So the very thing for this project is just to add a couple of little pine cones. I bought a big bag of pine cones from eBay, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember how much they were, but they're tiny little ones. And yeah, I think it's just best to shop around for things like that to get the best deal. You could also, if you live in the woods or the forest, go and pick them for free, but I don't, so I can't. And yeah, so that's it. That's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a dollop of hot glue on the bottom of each of these little guys and stick them in place. I hope you've enjoyed watching. It's quite a long video, but I did really want to show you the step-by-step process on this one. And yeah, I hope it inspires you to get out there and make your own decorative pieces. That's what it's all about. Loads more to come, guys, so stay tuned to my channel. If you like what you see, by all means subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.